I'm sorry. I like to make sure that the titles are correct when we're doing what we're doing, because it's important that we catalog it. So we're going to leave off with the music where we left off at. Give y'all time. Gather. Gather round, gather round, gather round, family. Gather round. Gather round. Uh-oh, someone on the line. Who this on the line? I'm sorry. Man, you got some on the line, even though we messed up already. Who is on the line? Hold on, let me turn you up, let me turn you up, let me turn you up. There we go, there we go. Once again, who is on the line?
Elder Lona, I'm listening.
Oh, you listening in. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Why I got you on here, can you tell everybody a little bit about the Kemetic New Year? Because I posted it up. I was hoping to get an article from one of the elders about the Kemetic New Year and the importance of it. Can you just give everybody a real quick rundown on the Kemetic New Year? I hate putting you on the spot like that, but cause I'm advertising this.
It is what it is. Okay. Well, many thousand years ago, the Kemetic people, that is, people of ancient Egypt, celebrated their New Year about this time of year. It was the time when the Nile flooded and brought in very, very rich soil to keep their civilization fed, brought in new life. So they celebrated it this time of year.
Okay.
The calendar, down to what we're using today, began with them, with the Kemetic people. They understood the cosmos well enough to know that it took 365 days and a quarter day every year to make the sun's revolution around the earth, or the earth's revolution around the sun. And they charted that and came up with a calendar. And so on tomorrow at APDS, we'll be talking more about the calendar and what the ancient Kemetic people did. But the Tawi family just decided, since we're trying to be a little bit more Kemetic based, to celebrate the New Year at this time of year. I was just having a conversation with another lady that's in the class that Kwame and I take, and we were just kind of going through an explanation with her. You know, we had 10-day weeks, we had 30 days, and I'm putting myself way back then, 30-day months. And so we just celebrated then.
Right.
The New Year for us here in Columbus starts on August the 8th, and there's 5 days coming up to the New Year, which starts on August the 3rd.
Okay.
That's brief. I hope that's...
Oh, that's cool.
Come out and learn a little bit more about it.
All right, and tomorrow we will be at if I'm correct, APDS from 6 to 8 p.m.
Correct.
Okay. So
And they will
tomorrow.
talk about why the Kemetic New Year, and why we do this, and that kind of thing. Wow.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna be kicking it off, and I hope to see a lot of y'all out there. We're gonna have this conversation tonight. As y'all see, we done upgraded a little bit. You can see the time. I mean, you can see the phone number across the front. You can see the glass for those of you that don't got the glass. We are streaming also live on Gye-Nyame.live. We are also on Spreaker. We are on Facebook on both my pages. Well, first we on Gye-Nyame Journey's page, then we on Hatim's page, then we are on Gye-Nyame Journey on YouTube. We on Periscope. So, you know, we could take all of your thoughts and ideas. Because, you know, I mean, we streaming, family. I'm like I said, we're trying to move it to the next level with this. I make sure, I mean, hopefully everybody can see the call-in number. For those that are on Spreaker, I will type in the call-in number for you right now. So just in case you want to join the conversation, we're going to run through this real quick because the summer has escaped me. And it's back to the grind as of next week. Back to the grind. Back to getting up early, family. So y'all, hope y'all had a good break, because we're about to hit it hard. And some of the stuff that's coming for us is going to be incredible. Some of the opportunities and some of the stuff and some of the places you might see Brother Hatim might shock you, right? Because we are in transition at this point in time. We are growing. We're taking everything that we're doing to another level. So family, I am glad that you are here with us for the ride. Well, hopefully you're here for more than the ride. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you're part of the engine that's keeping it running. So on the GNJmedia.com through Streamlabs, we have a section where if you see fit, you can go and donate to Gye-Nyame Journey. I mean, because like I said, all this stuff costs money. So, hey, I ain't consider a donation. I would prefer the words in exchange, because my piece is I'm trying to bring value into your life. Also, let me put this up in the chat too. Of course, they don't let me put it up in there. Let me put it up over here on Restreamio. All right, so you can also check out Gye-Nyame Journey at free. It's free GNJecourse.com. Yep. Bow. You know what I'm saying? Free GNJecourse.com. You can check that out. Check out the it's a free 7-day e-course letting you know about what we do. You know what I'm saying? How we think, how things work in the tribe. So go and check it out. Also, once again, you can start tuning in at GNJmedia.live so that you can catch the live streams, because the goal now is, now that we got all these formats, all this territory, as I'm going to put out in the newsletter, all these territories, now we need other people to help maintain the territory. That's the issue with about, because people are like, we need land and reparations. We need land. And most time it's people that don't work the land that's screaming, we need land. Right? They ain't never built a house. We need land. You know what I'm saying? Ain't never really tried to plow no fields. We need land. Ain't never tried to dig in that dirt to make it able to bring forth life. We need land. Come on now. I'm with, you know, you get your, I could buy my own damn land. I don't, because, you know, America ain't got no good history of giving away good land. You know, shit. You know, America ain't got good reputation for giving away nothing, especially to us. So let me go and drink me some water. Then we're going to get straight into these quotes. And then we can take discussion wherever you want. I want to thank Elder Alona for joining us. Because if she does nothing else, she proves that black don't crack. My God. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful woman. Listen. All right, but hey, here we go. Y'all ready? I'm about to drink me some water. My wife raised her head when I was complimenting Elder Alona. Look at that. Ain't that crazy? Don't ever listen to my show. I compliment a beautiful woman, and all of a sudden, her ears perk up. All right. Let's get into the quotes. We on day 80. Before we go any farther, first off, once again, she spoke about the Kemetic New Year. It'll be going on all week. It starts tomorrow. We're going to have it on Kaumba over at the Millennium Community School from 10 to 6 p.m. We're going to have it at APDS on Imani, and that will be, if I'm correct, 11:30 until 11:30. Well, I don't know however long it goes because Dr. Kelsey going to be here. Then also, we're going to have it on Emoja. And I'm thinking I'm thinking Driving Park. I sent out the flyer. At least 300 of y'all got the flyer. And I'm about to send it out to my people on Gum Road as well. So y'all might as well like I said, it's been, hey, what can I say? It is what it is. It is what it is. Accept it. You know what I'm saying? Because family, like I said, I call it the black signal for a reason. When we need to gather, I'm sending information out. All right. This is our New Year celebration. Come on out, enjoy yourself, and let's grow. Miss Regina say we love Elder Alona. She only listen on Ujima, because this her day. This her day. She the queen of the day, so we gonna go and give her a round of applause. Her and Sasha. Gye-Nyame team. Stand up. Daily Toaster team, stand up. That is Ujima, baby. Right? For those that don't understand, we replace the days of the week with our principles, starting with Emoja on the lunar day. I don't want to say it because people are going to demand their push-ups, and I'm not in the mood to do no push-ups this evening. So here we go. Hopefully, y'all all can see the phone number across the screen. Let's see. I want to double check. Make sure y'all can see it. I got to go to both my dashboards. Yeah, I'm pushing a lot of buttons. I can see. I can see your comments over on. That's hot. I wish anybody that's out there, I'm gonna type it in real quick, because I want to see if y'all are able to see what I'm seeing over here. And I wonder if the person in YouTube could go on and make a comment so that I can see if I can see your comment over here on Streamlabs. Anybody that's out there that's watching and streaming this, go to gnjmedia.live. Posted it up, and I want to see if you can see the comments, and I would love to be able to see any comments from YouTube. So those that are on YouTube, could you make a comment so that I know that you're there? All right. We got Gye-Nyame. Oh, we got somebody representing Gye-Nyame. Greeting, family. That is my Elder Alona. She is such a blessing in our lives. So somebody on Gye-Nyame Journey threw that up. I don't know who that is, Elder Alona, because they up under the name. So we'll find out. Let's see. Maybe I could click here and find out who that is. Oh, hell no. I just erased one. Oh, hell no. I think I just blocked Gye-Nyame Journey from... I'm sorry. Let me go on and just keep on doing what I'm doing. Damn, I took them all the way off. Did I block Gye-Nyame Journey? Is anybody out there still on Gye-Nyame Journey? Oh, shit. It said we still streaming. Whoever was on Gye-Nyame Journey, I'm sorry. I was just trying to see. Maybe it could have told me who it was or whatever. I'm sorry. Don't be mad at me. All right. But let's get into the conversation for the night so we can go and call it an early night. Let's see. Go to Hootsuite. All right, here we go. Day 80. This is from Morihei Ueshiba. This is the founder of Aikido. The divine is not something high above us. It is in heaven. It is in earth. It is inside of us. Once again, the divine is not something high above us. It is in heaven. It is in earth. It is inside us. The next one is, times of general calamity and confusion have ever been productive of the greatest minds. The purest ore is produced from the hottest furnace, and the brightest thunderbolt is elicited from the darkest storms. That's from someone by the name of Charles Caleb Colton. And also, you cannot throw away your finger because it hurts. That's from Gye-Nyame. You cannot throw away your finger because it hurts. So a lot of these is like cut straight through. I don't know if I blocked the whoever is trying to text me on I'll probably, okay, here we go. Looks good on screen. Family, that is my elder Alona. She is such a blessing in our lives. Look good on the screen. Shouts out to, hold on, I can tell you who on here right now. Shouts out to Miss Jill Jackson. Charles Stevenson. I don't know who else is on here. But hey, shouts out to all of y'all. So I need somebody, anybody, somewhere, to type a number between 1, 2, and 3 on the screen, and that'll be the proverb that we start with. Unless somebody gonna call in with an issue that they want to discuss. Other than that, we go straight for the proverbs. Let me go and get some cross-posting going up here while I'm waiting. There we go. Save. All right, we're streaming on all cylinders right now. So Gye-Nyame Journey Media is still up. I'm still able to see your comments. Thanks to Facebook. Anybody, 1, 2, or 3? Come on. Oh, somebody said they still here. Who is I'm still here? Who is it? Numbers 1, 2, or 3. Come on, family. Even on Spreaker. I can see your comments as well. So while we waiting, we can do a little bit of news. So I posted up a picture of me and my girls. And this is going to be my, so no reparations discussion look. Ghana marked 400 years since American slave trade. Sounds very interesting, doesn't it? Let's go and look at this. Let's go and look at this real quick. I just want to share something with y'all real quick while we waiting for some numbers to pop up. 1, 2, or 3. It ain't hard. Just push a button. Ghana marks 400 years since American slave trade. And I know some people are going to be out there, America wasn't the only one trading. America the only one I'm concerned about. Just saying. Ghana Parliament welcomes U.S. House Representative Speaker to West Africa, from where millions of Africans were sold into a life of slavery in the Americas. It is this is from Al Jazeera, by the way. It is 400 years since African slaves were brought to America. Now, let's correct that. It's 400 years since Africans were brought to America and enslaved. All right? I just wanted to get that out there for you. The Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives, old Nancy Pelosi. I added the O. Al Jazeera didn't do it, so I don't want them to be put on the watch list. Led a delegation to Ghana this week to commemorate the anniversary. Old Nancy Pelosi led a delegation. Old Pelosi described the trade as a grave evil, which the modern U.S. is still reckoning with. The visit came as a new campaign gets underway in Ghana aimed at attracting African Americans to the continent. Oh, I got a crick in my neck. All right. So let's look at what Nancy said just real quick, because we gonna have to get the whole speech eventually. Because I'm going to look at this speech. It's a grave evil, which the modern U.S. is still reckoning with. Now, I put me and my girl's picture up, and we got the look on, but no discussion about reparations. Nancy Pelosi, you are in a key position. You can help America reckon. You know what I'm saying? You can reckon now, or you can reckon later, or you can reckon on a monthly bill. You know what I'm saying? We take payments. You know what I'm saying? Don't be going over to Ghana talking that shit about a grave evil. You know what I'm saying? And she looked like that son is beating her ass up. Get her, son. Oh my God. I can't stand when they go to places. All right. Thank you, Miss Ujima baby, or Miss Ya. She put up number 2. I can't stand when they go places and say all this little fancy shit, then they come back here empty-handed for us. Empty-handed. Also, let me announce, family, if you look on my timeline, those that are taking the 7-day G&J course, right? On there, because Brother Kwame brought this to my attention, I talk about a definition of the self, right? I describe the self. The self is the absolute, complete, and perfect qualities of a being that are not, I have a problem with that word. The absolute, complete, and perfect qualities of a being that are not, in a sense, the word is not influence, but is, so I'm going to use influence because the word is escaping me. The self is the absolute, complete, and perfect qualities of being that are not influenced by external circumstances. Right? And Kwame brought up the point that was an interesting definition, but he wanted a little bit more on that. So I put up an MP3 that was one of the first MP3s that I created for just that purpose, to talk about the self. It's called Why Self-Mastery. It's available on the timeline right now at Gye-Nyame Journey. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the link for those that are interested, and I'm going to post it up. Because those that's doing the course, there's a lot of stuff that's in the course that's going to be able to help you out so you can understand some of the language that I'll be using on the show. You know, I kind of break down why we do the days of the week the way we do the days of the week. I kind of break down the 4 pillars of health. Some of y'all already done caught on. Other people need to catch up, because what we are doing, we are establishing a tribe. We are establishing a nation. Now, for me, an individual is just a microcosm of a family. A family is a microcosm of a tribe. A tribe is a microcosm of a clan. A clan is a microcosm of a city. A city is a microcosm of the state. A state is a microcosm of a nation. All right? So now, all these things can basically break down to the same definition. For in Gye-Nyame, we call it, what is a nation? A nation is a stable, historically developed community of people with territory, economic life, distinctive culture, and language in common. As a people, we have distinctive culture, we have the language in common, kinda. What I'm trying to get my family around me is so that we can have a clearer language in common. And I'm trying to change the language so that we can start applying, because how can I put it? Words are symbols, and these symbols bring up certain things for us. So I'm trying to put within our lexicon words that empower us. When I say the days of the week, like the day is Ujima, that empowers me. Why? Because that's a word that's directly from the continent, and it has been flavored with the struggle of us here in America. Right? when I break down the word nation and then start talking about tribe, boom, these are all concepts that rose up out of us, right? And I want to make that available for everybody. So let me go and shut my mouth and just put this on here real quick. So for those that might be interested in the course, now, well, it ain't the course. This is the MP3. You can get 50% off if you use the code GNJ Media at checkout. 50% off, right? Of course, y'all know the money go to help everything that we're doing, as far as Gye-Nyame journey. So let's do this. Let me check the messages. Miss Regina posted up her number. So we're going to respect her number. And we're about to get busy. Are y'all ready? Number 2. Times of general calamity and confusion have ever been productive of the greatest minds. So let's stop right there. So, times of calamity and confusion produce great minds. Why? It produce, well, let's talk about it. How many of y'all agree with that? You know what I'm saying? If you agree with that, you go and push your agreement in there. Times of calamity and great confusion have ever or have always been productive of the greatest minds. These hard times always produce the greatest minds. Right? Now, let me tell you why I believe. Now, of course, y'all know that this is a discussion show. So just because I might be the only one discussing, it does not mean that that's the final word. Y'all have keys that y'all can type on. We have the number up on the damn screen. Y'all can feel free to call in and have a discussion. But hard times produce the brightest and the most powerful minds, because those minds have to be focused on how to survive. Easy times do not produce great minds. Easy times produce lazy minds. It's just like the body. The mind is a muscle. It has to be worked. It has to struggle. It has to be rubbed up against things so it can be sharpened. It has to push things so it can get stronger. It's just like the muscles. So hard times make people have to really become resourceful and creative. So hard times always produce sharper minds, right? Now, this is one of the reasons, and like I said, regardless of whether people agree with me or not, this is one of the reasons our ancestors used to do the rites of passage. Because, listen, we used to do self-inflicted trauma because before capitalism, before white supremacy, right, the world was cool. I mean, even random diseases might get your ass. But especially where we were, plenty of resources and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we had to have self-inflicted trauma, community-directed trauma, putting individuals in situations, uncomfortable situations, and they have to figure their way out of it. Right? They had to be able to conquer their mind. See, hard times produce great minds because, once again, an individual has to be quick on their feet or you will not survive. Do you understand? So, part of this proverb is telling us the conditions that we have to be able to produce so that we can get the absolute best out of us as a people, out of our young people, even out of some of our elders, because one of the fallacies that we have been combating for a long time is that rites of passage was just for kids. Come on, family. We got to grow up out that. Rites of passage was a community process that covered from birth to death. Your first initiation was coming out, and your last initiation was going into the dirt. Womb, first initiation, tomb, last initiation. In between there, we structured it. Now, let me be very clear. One of the reasons that you don't hear a lot about the women's rights, and I need to be very clear with my sisters. First off, you need to check the article that I put together for the newsletter this month. It will be sent out, right? The Mythic Foundations for Reparations, right? Where I talk about, just briefly, not in depth, and I might have to go a little bit more in depth about women and magic. Now, I got sparked at the Divine Conversations because in the African framework, women were looked at as magical. In the European framework, they was looked at as deceptive. Same thing, but anyway, it ain't the same thing. I'm just fucking with y'all. But listen, magical. And let me just do this story real quick, and then I get into the magic that I'm talking about. So when we look at the archetype of the African woman, I think a majority of people that's listening to me can agree that Aset is an archetype. See, because you have different qualities of the creative being, and those different qualities are manifested in different deities, at least in our tradition. Aset is a major one, and Aset was not only the goddess of agriculture, which a lot of people probably don't know, because it was the women that created agriculture. I'm just saying, certain magic, right? Women created agriculture. But women also created the concept of magic. They were an example of magic because they were in tune with everything. So there's a story about the power of Ra's name. Now, Ra, as we know it, is not Ra's name. Now, in certain traditions, there were certain names that you did not know, or you could not know. Why? Because when you knew those names, you would have control over that being. This is why even in some African traditions, if you hear somebody, an unfamiliar voice call your name, you do not turn around and respond. Why? Because they will take control of your soul. When you know the name of something, you have control over it. When you utter the name of something, you have control over it. If even just for a moment, and that's all it takes sometimes, just for a moment for you to get control of something, right? So now, Ra had a secret name. Aset wanted access to that power because she wanted the name of the god, right? So she planned a trick or to get the name of Ra. Now, what Aset wants, Aset gets. So she put Ra in a position where he had to give her his name in order to save his own life. Brilliant. Brilliant. And after that, she became the keeper of magic. Now, I'm saying all that to say this. Women's rights are different than men's rights because women, in a sense, are born and move into a natural cycle that demonstrates who and what they are magically, because we look at it and be like, ooh, blood, what's going on? How you bleeding and you not dying? Right? So there will be rituals, but they wouldn't be as intense or need to be as intense for men because women go through a different psychological phase. They go through different psychological phases and different changes. Men had to be reborn. And what a lot of people don't understand about rites of passage is that those rites of passage simulate the pains of birth. What? Men in order to be a man, you had to be able to take pain like a woman. Y'all ain't heard me. Y'all ain't heard me. Y'all you know, and where is Anime? Anime. Good God Almighty, girl, that was a great point. You I got a Thunderbird in the house and you ain't doing no damn thunder. Good help is so hard to find. But family, listen to me. A man had to be able to take pain like a woman. Not flinch. Because women are pushed to the edge of death as they give birth. And this is an example that men had to set up into society. Women give birth to boys. Society gives birth to men. And society is set up, in a sense, set up by men. And when you look at the ritual spaces that they set up, it's set up like a womb. So that the man is reborn and structured and formed by men. Do you understand? So rites of passage is a more intense and more serious thing for men, because men have to prove themselves. But what this culture is doing is erasing that. Because we all the same, right? We all the same. Men and women, we the same. Right? White and black, we all the same, right? Now what that does, that throws us kind of up against, or throws us in the opposite direction of this proverb. Times of general calamity and confusion have ever been productive of the greatest minds. The greatest minds come from confusion, calamity. What happens when a community structures calamity and confusion and guide the young people through it and teaches them how to handle it? Come on now. You have self-inflicted trauma that helps elevate the community, sharpen the mind of the young people that's involved, so that they could take the culture to the next level. If I come in and I see some shit like that, and I'm trying to take over, I'm breaking that shit up immediately. First thing, we got to get rid of that, right? Gotta keep my enemies comfortable. Next, the purest ore is produced from the hottest furnace, and the brightest thunderbolt is elicited from the darkest storm. So he's using that to set an example, right? You know, the purest ore is produced from the hottest furnace. In order to get the best gold, to get the best metals, we have to be able to produce the heat, which is the calamity, which is the confusion, which is the stress, which is the trauma, in order to get all that weak shit up out of it, to get all that stuff that don't belong in it. I ain't even gonna call it weak, but it's just not in the right place at the right time. It's not culturally appropriate, let's say. All right? So this one is all about the necessity of some struggle. Well, I ain't gonna say some. The necessity of struggle to produce greatness. The necessity of sacrifice to produce greatness. The necessity of suffering, the necessity of trauma, the necessities that are there. I want everybody to just think in your mind. I want you to think of, not in the modern stories, but in ancient stories and ancient myths. I want you to think of one hero whose life was easy. Especially prior to them becoming a hero. One. Just one. I'm going to the chats. I'm looking right now. Think of one hero One mythic figure whose life was easy prior to them doing great things. One. Oh my damn, I just thought of one. But I don't know if that was really easy. I got one. I can answer my own question, but I ain't gonna ruin it. I'm gonna give y'all a second. Y'all go on and think about it. I'm gonna leave y'all with a little bit of music real quick, because Brother High Tim gotta go on and use the bathroom, because I'm old. Hey. But here you go. Go and think about it.
Beware the six-pack coming down your track like that. Check the mic. 1, 2. The 6-yard train comes through. Quicker than a Pentium data for the next millennium. Spirit informs, no conforms to the norms. Dropping bombs, I let it, said it, meant it. Here to represent it. Some live off the labels of the old school, mold you, and that's the trend. What I tend to see is a new jack ain't new. In fact, it's bits and pieces of the green. Recycling fragments of rubble from a somewhat familiar voice. And so many MC and so little choice. This won't make me popular. Dropping the lyrics that appeal and flock to you. Yeah, I yourself, I'm just as accurate as Doppler. I'm rocking ya, spiritual sipping, sopping my fly it up and it goes, hey y'all, hey. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. I said I go.
Amen.
We were gathered here to bring up the rear piece for Popa. We yell. We shed no more tears for fears when I'm chucking my spear. I'm that spook who sat by the door waiting for the big score while you're trying to get yours from the capitalist whore. And the red, white, and blue haunted stacks and minis. She shimmy, you follow, you swallow. Losers, non-producers, consumers, consume propaganda's got me fuming. My people are doomed. Power to the people, power to the seekers. Instead, we're reduced to amps and speakers. $200 sneakers, acquisitions of blue designer suits, Benz and Lexus, battle with sexes, sport utility trucks and such. We're slaves to a quick buck. We run amok. How far can we run when we're stuck? The race is won by wisdom, not muscle. Still, we all struggle. Should be excused the hustle for instant gratification, perpetuation of cultural mutilation. Y'all, hey.
Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey.
I go. Instead, we have a love affair with dying, getting drunk till we fold, and dove till we flowed. Does the superficial high suffice for the lows? No time for idle introspection and life lessons are everyone's Quran, Torah, Bible. Gluttonous eats defeats the true purpose of eats. The temple falls off from foreign chemicals, toxins, and meats. You call food enriched when it's stripped of nutrients and bleach. I'm not meant to be reached when flesh tone band-aids are bleached. Every native slash European contract was breached. What will Ebonics do for the disenfranchised? Mumia gets no justice cause Mumia is despised. Reverse discrimination versus racism will never be tied. English, the bastard language of the non-so-civilized. The gift of spliced tongues is what the Western language gives. So isn't broken English like a double negative? Yo, hey. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey. I go.
All right, for those that don't know, that's Brother Malik Willoughby with Hey Y'all. Right? Man, them brothers, them Willoughby brothers, man, hey, they put it in for the community, man. My kids love that song. I love that song. I play that at the Rocket Roll calls and stuff like that. Family, Midwest, especially Columbus, stand up. Stop being shy. Stop letting people come here and punk y'all out because y'all the bomb. Well, give it up. Give it up for the Midwest and especially Columbus, family, because we dominate anywhere we go. Y'all just don't know. Woo! Shouts out to all the family that's out there right now. So, we're going to move to the next proverb unless there's some questions or comments about anything that I said. Call in number 614-556-4535. Please don't be shy. Don't be scared. Call in. We pose to disagree. We try. We family. That's what we do. Fall out all the goddamn time. We supposed to fall out. Let me tell you something. Y'all done heard me fall out with Lady J on the show before. I done hung up on her ass and she'll call back and be like, don't hang up on me. Right? Then, like I said, but this is how family works. So I got to give a presentation. So I'm practicing. And she walk in the room. She wasn't even invited. She walk in the room and she start making comments. And I'm getting mad. I sit down. Because, you know, it's hard to take criticism in the moment. You know what I'm saying? You need some time. Well, I need some time to process it. But after I got done processing the shit that she said, right, I said, damn, she right. So I had to go back and revamp all my shit. Right? I'm like, wow, okay, cool. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, but you still don't come into no meetings where you ain't invited and you don't work here making complaints and demands and shit. You know what I'm saying? I could be mad at you about that, but the information you gave me was good. But that's how family do. We fall in, we fall out, you know what I'm saying? We see each other when we need to see each other, we build, blah, blah, blah. Because, of course, we all got cousins that we could be with all the time. But we got that one cousin that we need to see once a holiday. Once every 3 years. And shit like that. But that's good, right? That's what family do. That's what it's about, family. I mean, that's real building, right? Real building. Because I wrote an article. Well, I ain't going to keep on talking about the articles. Newsletter hopefully will be out in the next couple of days. If anybody want to contribute to the newsletter, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't have no particular subject. I just want to get information out. And as we start growing, and then we can sit down, we can have meetings about whatever, you know what I'm saying? As long as we ain't just sitting around talking, because I can't, you know what I'm saying? Talk, and then we got to do some goddamn work, right? You know, get the articles. It don't even have to be an article. It could be an audio recording, as long as we got a picture. Or it could be a video of you talking, you know what I'm saying? Or it could be a news article that you got a few comments about that you think everybody need to have, but you might not have the words to express, and you might want to get some discussion around it. This is a community newsletter, and I'm inviting everybody to participate. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to start putting out the news that is important to us as a community. As ADOS or whatever you claim yourself as, we have to start shaping we have to be the media for our people, because nobody's looking out for us. You can see it in the presidential. Anybody notice in the debates, the only person that they addressed with an issue, with a question about reparations, now I want y'all to think about this shit, was a white woman. And maybe another woman, maybe two white women. They asked about reparations when there was no black people running, well, black people that's running for president were on stage. Did y'all catch that? But when they had two black people on stage, at least two, they never asked a question about reparations. What kind of shit is that? Oh, it's set up. Y'all got to understand that. All right, so let me move on. All right, so I should have told somebody to pick a number while I was at the bathroom. I need a number between 1 and 3. Number 1 or 3. Come on now, we've been on the air. How long we been on the air? Let's see. Because I didn't want to hold y'all. We've been on the air for 53 minutes. Come on now. Number between 1 and 3. Those out there. 1 or 3. Come on now. Did I do that? 1 or 3. That's why I like video. I can see myself. Also, make sure you check out our show on at Gye-Nyame.live. I'm impressed, man. I'll be out here working, and y'all ain't seen shit yet. See, unfortunately, because we charge so much over here, I'm gonna start outsourcing shit, y'all. I'm busting. I got to outsource until we start making some money. I swear I'm coming back, but I'm gonna outsource it first. But I'm coming back home, family. I'm providing jobs. I'm providing jobs. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna provide jobs, but I'm gonna have to outsource right now for some major stuff. All right. Number between 1 and 3. That's what I'm waiting for. I think somebody just put something up to someone. Ooh, Miss Cynthia Johnson. She said 1. Here we go. Where is my damn... I know I didn't leave my book in the bathroom. Well, I probably left it in the bathroom, family. But you know what? That's why it pays to write your own books. Shit. All right. By the way, this is the book. It's called Gye-Nyame Journey Workbook, Tribal Quotes. It's compiled, because I didn't write this. It's compiled by Hatem Gye-Nyame, but I did write the introduction, and I show you how to use the book. I wrote all that stuff. But a lot of these quotes are from famous people, and I try to always end with either African or African diaspora, somebody from the African diaspora, as far as a quote. All right, so question 1. This is from Moruhe Yushiba. The divine is not something high above us. It is in heaven. It is in earth. It is inside of us. You're paying attention, Anime. Good job. You was kind of late, though. I'm just going to let you know. I ain't going to yell at you in front of the people because, you know, might be some animal activists out there or something. All right. The divine is not something high above us. It is in heaven. It is in earth. It is inside of us. That one speaks volumes, and it speaks for itself, right? But, I mean, because one of the major, let me just say this, as far as spirituality and some of the stuff I be seeing, right? Religions, spirituality, people be separating themselves from the divine. We remove ourselves as if we are just... All right, a story I heard. When God and what we call the devil fell out, that's Sasha. We snoring. It's real life at Gye-Nyame Journey. That's Sasha, right? When God and devil, in a sense, fell out, you know, of course, I take the stories and I shape them to fit me. God, in order to punish the devil, God put the devil in a place where the devil was totally isolated away from God. And hell was being disconnected from the divine for the devil. Because, you know, the devil was at one point in time as Lucifer, the bearer of light, the second highest in heaven, was always able to be in this presence. But it was because of whatever happened in that mythology was cast away. And the punishment was to be out of the presence of the divine. Many of us have casted ourselves out of the presence of the divine, whether it's through our education, whether it's through what society has told us. We have separated ourselves from God, from this divine spirit, and we look to go try to find it in different places, rather than looking at the ultimate temple that was erected for the worship, in a sense, of this higher being, which is your body, which is you. The Spirit of God is in everything. This is what we understand when we start pulling from our ancient systems. The divine is everywhere. Amen. I mean, think about it. Amen means the hidden. What? The hidden. You can't see it. You can't see it because it's nowhere. But at the same time, it's everywhere. It's the hidden. Incomprehensible. Zero. In Gye-Nyame, we talk about, like, with the numbers, learning how to count, right? We understand in Gye-Nyame, or at least we understand that zero is God. Zero is the divine. It represents it. Because I want you to think about this. Really. Watch this. Zero represents nothing. Now, I want you to describe nothing. See nothing, hear nothing. I want you to come up with a concept. I want you to, other than a zero, I want you to describe nothing. You can't, because it's hidden. I mean, it's like it's incomprehensible. Like, for example, I got a brother who had his eye. He was playing with a blender when he was a child. And he took a piece of wood and he put the piece of wood down in the blender. It spent and poked, and went up and poked him and knocked his eye. It messed up his eye, damaged it to where he couldn't see. So one day we was talking, and I was like, yo, so tell me about your eye. I mean, you know, so he told me about his eye. I say, so you can't see nothing, Ari? He said, I see nothing. I say, what do you mean? He said, I can't describe it to you. I see nothing. I say, so when you close one eye, you don't see, I don't see black, I don't see nothing. And I'm sitting up here trying to think, I'm how the fuck you see nothing? I don't understand. Because he got an eye, it's still, in a sense, it's not removed, it still worked, it still was normal, but it was damaged. And when he closed the one eye that works, he don't see black, he don't see flashes, he said he sees nothing. And I'm trying to comprehend this shit. I'm like, dog, you got to describe that to me. That's some Zen shit right there. I need you. We could write a book about this, please. What does it mean? You know what I'm saying? That is the divine, right? And that's everywhere, right? You could in a sense plug into it, but you can't speak about it. You can't describe it. That divine is everywhere, and we have, in a sense, removed ourselves, and we allow society to talk us out of our divine place. Many of us have been talked out of being gods. We've been talked out of it, and we've been conned out of our inheritance, out of our, not only our reparations, you know what I'm saying, but we've been conned out of our spiritual heritage. Because we're plugging into stuff that's telling us that we're less than nothing. I had a brother, and once again, I always go back to Chief Albino when we was riding from New Mexico to South Dakota. He said, brother, I tell him, we are no higher than the blade of grass, and no lower than its roots. Like, damn. That's deep. That's deep, bro. I'm still that shit. I'm gonna be saying that shit for the next. It's been about 15 years. I'm gonna be saying that shit for the next 15 years. The Creator look at us all. I am no higher than a blade of grass. I am no deeper than its roots. No lower than its roots. Basically saying, I mean, in a sense, the Creator flows in all of us, and we have to learn how to plug in with the Creator. You hear stories about not Booker T. Washington, George Washington Carver. George Washington Carver had the ability to plug in with the divine and other things. This is how he was able to come up with sandpaper. Go read the story about how he came up with the idea of sandpaper. Read the story about how he came up with a lot of his inventions. Read how he developed relationships with plants by walking and listening. His story is that he listened to the plants. And for those that have questions about that, we have a man that's coming to Columbus for the Kemetic New Year that was at Tuskegee when George Washington Carver was at Tuskegee. And he was a student. So he got first-hand experience with George Washington Carver. It's going to be here. But of course, some of y'all going to be too busy to come and question the elder about his life experience because there's so much shit going on. I understand. So go on, kick it. I'm going to go and get some. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to go get some of that wisdom, right? Yeah, you know, but some of y'all too busy. I understand. Don't worry about it. Leave it all for me, right? I'm cool. So this one is basically talking about the divine. Now, let me tell you about this dude, man. This dude, Morehe Yeshiba. Look him up on the internet. Look up founder of Aikido. And look what this little, like, this dude ain't even 5 foot tall. Look at this shit. There is stories about this dude being so skilled that he was able to jump up on the edge of a teacup and walk around the edge. Now I want you to think about that shit. This is how connected, he was so connected with the spirit. The legend is that he jumped up on the tip of a teacup, on the rim of a small teacup. It's like just imagine my big ass trying to jump up on the edge of this glass with my feet and walk around the edge without the glass breaking or falling over. This dude was so skilled. I want you to think about it. He was so connected that he told his students that if you could walk up behind me and just touch me, I will give you your black belt. And these motherfuckers was trying to sneak up on him, and he grabbed their hand for they touch him. He'd be riding on the bus, minding his business, and they would put on a disguise. They'd be sitting on behind him, and they would creep up, and they would try to touch him. And I want you to understand being that tuned in, and this is how some of our ancestors, well, I ain't gonna say all of them, but and what it says to you is that the possibilities are out there and endless for what you could develop yourself into. We settling for second place. We settling for third place and shit like that. When we come from a legacy that is just phenomenal. See, even, because one of the things we got to stop doing, we got to stop jumping over what we did here, jumping all the way back there. We need to know that history. Don't get me wrong, over there, but we need to really sit back and realize that the group that was brought here and the ones and their descendants, which is you, survived the impossible. The resilience that was there, the connection to something bigger than us was unbelievable. Go from 4 million to 40 million under the shit that we was under. You don't see the amazing, the power there? Hold on, I know somebody might say something, I'm sorry. Start running my mouth, I'll be missing the message. Pretty straightforward, but many of our people still thinking of heaven above and hell below. That's right. And that comes from a European interpretation of Christianity. Nothing does exist. It is real. We just struggling with the description. Just as man can't truly describe the Most High. Uh-oh. Go ahead, Sister Cynthia. I hear you out there. Let's see if anybody on Streamlabs. Let's see if we can see that on Streamlabs. Because I think she tuning in from, let me see. All right, no. Whoever's on, dang, I don't get no comments from YouTube on here. I'm gonna fix that shit tonight. All right. So, family, I don't went over my time. You know, I don't want to keep y'all too long. But, hey, first off, remember, Comedic New Year is going on. Remember, on August 31st, we got the G&J Mall. We might have a surprise that's popping off at the mall for y'all. I think that's all that I have for right now. Also, remember, come on now. Remember, if you're not taking the free G&J e-course, go on, sign up. It's free. You ain't got nothing to lose. Not only are we setting the second and third last place, we settle for now even being allowed to run the race. Go ahead. All right, family. So look, I'm about to get up. Hopefully, I see some of y'all over at our, over at the Comedic New Year. Yeah, and you don't have to be comedic to come. I'm not comedic. Y'all know this. I'm very open about that. But I listen. I love wisdom. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? So you can stay away if you want. Cause I'm telling you, Dr. Kelsey be dropping. I ain't seen Dr. Kelsey in years. But shit, Dr. Kelsey changed my life. So I'm just like, yo. But yo, I understand. You probably got a party or something like that. I understand. Staying safe in live stream content. Know what type of content to stream when filming videos of your friends, classmates, blah, blah, blah. For okay, network tips, using webcam. What the hell does this got to do with getting YouTube up on my stream? Because obviously YouTube ain't allowed in the comments. But I'm streaming through Facebook on this stuff. Because the reason I do that is that YouTube was coming up very, very slow. And I want to make sure that I'm able to get the family what we're doing. So the last one, I'll read the last one. Y'all gonna think on this one. If you have any comments about it, feel free to post it up on Gye-Nyame Journey. I'll publish it in next month's newsletter. Anybody that's interested in writing, I haven't published it yet. So if you give me an article, I prefer the article in on Google Docs. If you put it on Google Docs, it'll make it a lot easier for me to include it. But pretty much, we're done. All right, here we go. You cannot throw away your finger because it hurts. Think about that one. You cannot throw away your finger because it hurts. I like that. All right, family, this is Brother Hatim. I'm up, I'm out. I need y'all to remember that you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty. This is the home of the stubborn minority. The place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Anime, wake up. Anime, wake up. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Good help is so hard to find. Of course, you know this is the Heart of a Simple production. Where we strive. On my fault, this is the Heart of a Simple production. This has been Tribal Quotes. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. I think my signal dropped. I've been kicked off air. It's sabotaging. I'm out. Peace.